few hours away from kick-off here against Scunthorpe United in Sky Bet League 2 this afternoon, and it's time for a pitch update with Chaz. It's the first one of 2022, Chaz. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, a bit fatter, but apart from that, yeah, doing good. Here we go. Let's go again, and God willing, we'll get the season fired up and finished out, and we'll have something to celebrate at the end of it.
Obviously, it's the first league game here of the year. We've not played it in the league for over a month. We've only had that Portsmouth game last Friday, so it's been not seen much action in the last 4 weeks, this pitch.
No, again, it hasn't been tested. We're looking for it to be tested so we can decide what we're going to do at the end of the season, because there are a few options, and it'll all very much depend on how it survives the season. We've had a couple of experts in last week to have a look at it and sort of assess how it's going. The people that sold us the product, he's come in, took some tests away. So we'll have an opinion. He sort of spoke quite favourably of it. But obviously, we don't really know. It's difficult to judge it against everyone else. But it is a weird year. We've had a month out in the middle where we haven't done anything. So to make a judgment on this pitch and say it's great or rubbish is, is not really relevant in the normal circumstances. So. Bit disappointed, really, that we weren't able to get all those games in over Christmas, and especially the Boxing Day game would have been amazing. The weather was fantastic. The pitch would have been decent. And it cut up a bit on last week ago Friday. But we know why, because we put we aerated it before the break, the mid-season break, winter break. But it should be firmer today. We've had a few cuts on it, got some nice stripes in it. And we're playing with the white liner at the moment, trying to get a better line, doing a bit of research, and always looking to improve. Really, to be fair, we want to be challenging the big boys as far as pitch goes, and as the whole club does. Really, we all want to be right in amongst it and sticking our chests out with the big boys if we can.
All week, I've certainly noticed it's been bitterly cold. You were out here on Thursday. There was a heavy frost on the pitch, but actually it's warmed up a bit overnight, and obviously there's no frost on it this morning.
No. Obviously the weather's very important this time of year, and this time last year we had the covers around the edges. You see any video footage, you'll see the covers, and we've always had that in mind. We've got a team of guys ready to go. We fired them up 6 weeks ago, and a lot of them said, "Yeah, we're coming back. We'd like to help." We haven't needed them, and we'll see where the weather goes from now. I mean, the frost does in itself lift and alleviate a bit of any firmness or compaction, which is great in some respects, but not ideal. As we're finding out, we got to get a bit of firmness into the surface. Otherwise, it does cut up a little bit. It doesn't break down like the old surface did, but we prefer it a little bit on the firm side. So we've had 2 or 3 cut stroke rolls, really, because we're not taking much off since the frost. Amazing pictures, by the way. You see the shade of the stand, what difference that makes. We're very lucky here. We've got a relatively small stand. Some of the other boys have horrendous problems. They get no sunshine at all. And I know our friends, our learned friends across the by the motorway there, their new stand's gone up and basically taken a lot of sunlight out of the pitch. And I know that's going to give them challenges, but we are quite lucky here. But even so, we've got the constraints, and we'll work with them. There are things called grow lights, which you'll see on the internet if you look, and that gives sort of like a false sunlight. So we're going to start looking at them for the goal mouths and the linesman's areas, and any sort of worn areas over by the dugouts where it gets a lot of play, where a lot of players congregate. There's lots of options, and we're looking at all of them, and always trying to produce the best surface we can, so our boys can show everybody what they can do.
Obviously, you said it's too early to judge because the pitch hasn't been tested enough so far. At risk of making this sound like an interview with Matt Taylor, the best way to test the pitch is have games come thick and fast. And obviously, we've got the game on Tuesday as well in the Cup against West Ham, the under-23s.
Yeah. But obviously, days are getting longer now. So we got more daylight. Grass is going to grow. So through that really dull period where, that sort of over Christmas where the days are really short and there's less sunlight, and you would normally get, bang, bang, bang games in quick succession. We won't have had that. So, we can hopefully say the pitch has performed as we wanted it to and what our aspirations were. But we do need we are going to get some games thick and fast. But we're well into the season now. So, all we can do is produce, play what's in front of us. If you're a player, or all we can do is the games we get given, we'll get them played and see where we go from there. But the general consensus of opinion is it's a first season pitch. It's the first time we've played on this pitch in with this root zone and everything. And they tend to be a little bit more tender. The second and third year get a bit firmer and tighter. And then after the third year, you go into them again and you turn them over and you make them into a first year pitch again, which is why we went for this surface, because it means that every third year we can reinvent the surface, and anything that comes through the industry, which is improvements to this type of surface, mean that we can incorporate it in then. So you sort of reboot it every third year. So yeah, kind of, that's a little way away yet, but we've still got, hopefully year 2, it should be great. Year 3, we'll start to lose some of the grasses that we want, and we'll get the grasses we don't want, which is why you then rip it up and start again. But it all costs money, but it's a lot less money than the other surfaces where you've got plastic sticking out the surface.
And finally then, the all-important question, was it Toby Carvery this morning, bacon rolls? What's Chaz's and his team's food for today?
No, we've had nothing this morning. The boys are just having a biscuit. We've just done a bit of mowing. I've been off my food a bit, to be fair, but I have no idea why. But so I'm a bit worried, really. But no, today definitely we're having bacon and sausage baguettes, maybe with mushrooms if I can work out how to do them on the George Foreman. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going to go. We're going to we've agreed we're going to get everything finished, get the whole thing put to bed, so we can it's up to the players then. Yeah, so bacon, sausage, possibly mushrooms in a baguette, nice cup of tea. Bosh, here we go.
Bosh, here we go. As he said, Chaz, thanks a lot.